So, deadlifts. I've done some bench pressing today. I just warmed up for deadlifts. It's a pretty hefty session. As I keep saying, this week I'm going to go for it pretty hard and deal with next week. So I like that. I like the idea of I'm going to go with this. So 160 kilos, 4 sets of 4 I've got scheduled. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, I felt every kilo. 160. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling that these are more respectable weights now. Definitely feel it pulling on the elbow a lot, but it's not sharp pain or anything. So I'm going to persist. Let me get this shin protector on the go. So it's obviously a knee sleeve, but at this moment it's a shin protector. That's it. So the programme is, I say, it's 4x4, so that's 160, 3-minute timer I've got. So I set the weight, I set the timer, etc. The AI is programming the rest, sets and reps, etc. Boogie! That dog will not listen to me. Let's get this net set out of the way, I'll let the dog in. Okay, so 4 reps. So yeah, tough one today. Bench press, 5 sets of 5. Deadlift, 4 sets of 4. Seated row come in and pull-ups. So none of the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've even got that wrong. Pull-ups supersetted with dips. So yeah, it's a killer today, really, thinking about it. That's what I signed up for. Okay, 4 reps. Okay, elbow felt good. That's also that's been a big factor in holding me back on the deadlifting and the bench press. I think one idea that, maybe I should have pursued it on this deadlift, really thinking about it, is what I did on the bench, and I'm probably going to go this way much more in the future. So rather doing sort of like a set weight for 5 sets of 5. So for example, I think last week I did 8 2.5 for 5 sets of 5. Yeah. So rather doing that, ramp up. So today I started 70, then 80, then 90, 70, 80, 85, 90, 90, I think that's how it went. But I think you see the idea. You know, you're getting in sort of like an extended warm-up. So the first set is not hitting you like, you know, like a nuclear bomb, you know, wiping you out. So you're getting, you know, the first set is still relatively gentle. Not much, you know, sort of like in the twilight zone between warm-up and work sets. Then the second set is still very doable, and then by then you're totally warm, totally ready for what's to come, for the hard sets. So yeah, you're getting sort of like a trade-off between the earlier sets being very well, much reduced, and the later sets being heavier, rather than doing them all at the same weight. So I think if you do them all at the same weight, that's called sets across, isn't it? Whereas if you go up, I'm not sure what it's called, ramping, oof, I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe the ramping idea is a better one. A bit late for today. I've already done 2 sets, so 2 left. Come on then, let's get serious. Okay, I'm quite pleased with these. So my benching was a bit near. This has gone pretty well. Admittedly, 4 reps is not what I consider ideal anymore. Now, I'd rather be in the 5 rep zone and above. But I decided to follow this this program generated by AI. Give it a whirl, you know, see what happens. So it's called for sets of 4. I suppose if anything, you know, as regards the low reps, if anything, it's going to be deadlifts. I think all the program I've ever done, you know, the deadlifts are never done for high reps. I'm not saying you can't do them for high reps, but it always seems to be lower volume altogether for deadlifts. One more set and I've done it. Okay, so after this, rows, pull-ups and dips, you know, they're somewhat easier, I suppose, so I'm not going to film those today. So this is the end of the filming, and I think, you know, altogether it's been pretty good today. Been a pretty good one, I'm going to say. Tick. So if I get 4, even better. I think I will. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, there's always some sort of flying the ointment. It's never utopian perfection. You know, everything flying up all at the same time. But as long as you can get some victories, more victories than defeats. That's what matters. More victories than defeats. Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? I remember that one. Okay, so come on, 4 reps now. Come on. I'm going to take it. Yeah, Okay, okay. All right, positive about that. Not bad at all. We'll take the win, not complain about that. Whew. Okay, so yeah, that's a bit of a high point because, as I said, I am going to deal with next week, so how can I say this? Make your, this is what I think anyway, make your training black and white. What do I mean by that? Make your training black and white. Okay. Black and white. It's either very, very demanding or it's very easy. You know, it's you go for the more extreme pulls, like the opposite of black and white in this sort of like metaphor analogy is grey. So the grey zone is where everything is pretty much sort of like mediocre. Okay, so I mean there's a time for it, definitely there's room for it. But for example, you know, all this squatting and benching and deadlifting, that is like the one pole of fitness. You know, it's the heavy end, it's the strength end, it's hard strength with, you know, there's not a lot of endurance to it. Power maybe, but not endurance. But it's mostly about strength. Okay, and at the other end of the spectrum, yeah, there's long endurance fitness, such as, for example, you know, getting on your bike for an hour or jogging for an hour or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. And in the middle, well, there's not really anything really apart from maybe you could make the case kettlebell work, but I tend to think that kettlebell work is another extreme. From the way that I do it anyway, the way that I use kettlebell work is another extreme. It's it's high-end cardio. So I don't see the kettlebell work as being a midpoint between barbell work and long endurance. I see it as being a third extreme point, high-end cardio. So if you like, there's low-end cardio, you know, zone 2 jogging where you go for an hour and it's pretty much like the same effort as walking up a hill. Yeah, and it's not heroic. It's you know, you're holding yourself back all the time. Yeah, just to do the hour, just to get the effect of zone 2. Yeah, specific effects from specific stimulus. Whereas high-end cardio, which is again, it's very, very useful for health. You know, VO2 max, that sort of thing. Yeah, you know, you got to be really hammering the heart rate into, you know, the 90%, 95% of max, and that's what I see. That's what I do the kettlebells for, more or less. You know, so yeah, the kettlebells for me are not a grey area. You know, they're an extreme area again, a third extreme area, high heart rate. So that's what I'm trying to say. You know, black and white. The problem with black and white is only 2 variables. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, explore the extreme ends rather than being sort of like in the middle. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. But I think the other thing that I'm trying to say in all of this is that, for my purposes, for my training, I'm not specialising on one extreme. You know, so I'm not just doing black. I'm doing black and white, or whatever, you know, however else you want to explain this. You know, I'm doing various physical capacities. I'm improving various physical capacities. So today it's sort of like, you know, the high-end strength. Sunday will be the you know, long endurance jogging, and about 5 days a week it's high intensity heart rate, high intensity cardio. Yeah. So, you know, I consider them all to be very, very worthwhile pursuits. And I wouldn't say that one was more important than the other. Okay, I'm going to stop there, you know, yapping on because I'm feeling pretty good about those deadlifts. Tell you the truth. Bye.